If you absolutely must participate in a brainstorm, then I'm going to show you 2 quick ways to give your ideas the best chance of being understood.
I'm Jack Elkins. I am your #1 sidekick.
Look, I've seen it hundreds of times and I've been asked to facilitate it hundreds of times. The brainstorm. There's a time and a place and a process to ideation that involves more than a 2x2 post-it. Ideating includes generating ideas, but it also includes sharing the ideas so that they can be heard and understood. And the medium to understand a concept is rarely a 2x2 post-it. And we're not going to understand it very well when we're sharing them in a loud, stick them on the wall, round robin, almost competitive type of way. The process of getting a group to hear an idea is something else altogether, and we'll touch on this in another video, but it involves the words that you use and how you facilitate openness in the group. This is not going to be a hit job on post-its. Those that know me know I should probably buy carbon offsets for the amount of post-its I use. However, I recommend using a variety of post-its to match the intention of your process. I prefer using the 6x8 when sharing ideas because of what I'm about to show you. Thinking is done visually. This is why whenever you share something, if you want to help make it easy for the other person to understand it, make it as visual as possible. Make it as tangible as possible with words that provide imagery. But specifically visually, we like to remind people that visualization is a shared language and there aren't language barriers with pictures. When it's time to ideate, here are 2 ways to make concepts super rapid while adding visual elements. Number 1, the idea tee. And for this, all you need is paper in landscape format and a marker that's wide enough. Be sure that it's wide enough for you to be able to see it across the room. And here's what you're going to do. You're going to start by drawing a line widthwise across the paper about 2 inches from the top. And then you're going to draw a line from the middle of that line to the bottom of the piece of paper down the middle, creating in essence a T like you see here. In the top banner, you're going to draw or write your title. In the left box, you're going to write 1 full sentence, providing context to your concept. A great way to think of how to structure the sentence is to have it be sort of like a one-liner with a problem, a solution, and a result. In the right box, what you want to do is you want to draw something to illustrate your concept. I have one done right here. Make ideas tangible. You can see. I'll hold it up for the camera. That is the idea tee. It can be shared with a group and understood in less than 20 seconds. Ideation visual tool number 2 is called the storyboard. This is very simple. You start with a sheet of paper in either landscape or portrait format, it doesn't matter, and you're going to draw 3 boxes. Just like so. Now, one way to think about this is kind of like comic strips. I loved reading the Sunday comics in the paper. And in the comics, the action always happened between the pictures. The reader was left to infer what was happening. We don't need to explain all of what we need about our concept. We just need to give enough to understand the concept. So one way to think about this is a storyboard is fantastic for sharing concepts if your concept represents a process. In this instance, there might be a beginning, a middle, and an end. You can also provide a full sentence or a one-line to add context to each step of the process underneath the picture. And that is the storyboard. And right here, I have an example. It may be the idea of No Shave November. I'll put it up for you here. That is the storyboard. Now that you know these, go make some ideas happen. They'll be much better understood. Oh, and one more thing. Pick yourself up some painter's tape while you're at it. It's great for voting or keeping ideas up if they're starting to fall down. Just get some. You'll be happy that you did. Now do me a favor. Win the day, y'all. Sincerely, your #1 sidekick.